Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. If you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. Today we're going to be talking about Kiely Rodni and true crime channels and kind of just a chat about all these true crime live streamers and the controversy and mystery surrounding the whole Kiely Rodni case and what happened to her. So if you're unaware, which you probably are if you're watching this video, because a lot of my followers follow some true crime stuff that is talking about Kiely Rodni. Kiely Rodni was a 16-year-old girl who disappeared at a party in her town. And everybody was looking for her. They didn't know what happened. Her car was missing. There were a lot of questions of how she just disappeared into thin air, it seems like. Then a YouTube channel called AWP, Adventures with a Purpose, actually went and assisted the police department in finding Kiely, and they searched the lake. They have this special equipment and they ended up finding her car and body in the lake. And everybody was just shocked and upset, and it was just so tragic. And there have been a lot of channels covering this case since day one. I have been following this whole thing since day one. And I think a lot of people get invested when they follow something right from the beginning. Like, we were all watching before she was even found, and she was just a missing person. The police kind of suspected she may have been abducted because her car was missing. And then to know that she was in the lake, dead, in her car, where the police had already looked for her and said she definitely wasn't there, a lot of people were upset at the police department and shocked and just very emotionally invested in this case. And I do see that this happens sometimes. It happened with Gabby Petito, Summer Wells. Certain cases kind of just blow up on social media and everybody gets very emotionally and personally invested. And I do think there are good things about true crime on social media. I'm actually planning like a whole video, deep dive into true crime, all the little genres of true crime and communities and the good, the bad, and just a deeper dive into that. So that's going to be another video. But today I kind of want to talk about Kiely Rodni specifically and a lot of these true crime channels that are live streaming daily. They are live streaming for hours and hours, sometimes multiple times a day, but definitely daily, talking about this case. And, you know, some people feel that that is problematic because right now there are no updates. There aren't very many updates. So, you know, the more people stream and talk about it, the more theories that, you know, come up, the more people come out of the woodwork saying they were at the party, they knew Kiely, someone claimed to find a laptop of hers, and then people were mad about law enforcement not collecting all of her belongings. So in this case, law enforcement has got a lot of heat for one, not finding Kiely in her car when she was in only 14 feet of water right near the campground. It was the lake at the campground. They didn't understand how law enforcement could miss that. And they specifically told AWP, like, don't look there. We already looked and there was nothing there. So a lot of people are suspicious of that. A lot of people think it's a cover up and law enforcement is not, or law enforcement is not doing their job correctly. So when these true crime channels go live, you know, they have a chat, they have a bunch of people talking and speculating. And one thing that happened early on, which I really didn't love, was a lot of people started pointing the finger at her boyfriend Jagger, her friend Sammy, other teenagers that were her friends, and everybody thinks they are very suspicious. Now, if they are suspicious, you know, they are teenagers. Teenagers always look suspicious, and they live in this small town. The media is talking about them and their town and their friend. I think a lot of these kids just kind of wanted the attention. Sammy Smith was kind of at the forefront of trying to find Kiely. A lot of people found her suspicious. And then there was this tow truck driver who claimed he saw Kiely, and Kiely was with this mystery guy that people think is Jagger. But now it's come out that Jagger has an alibi and the police don't have him listed as a suspect or person of interest. And this is another issue. This kid has been getting harassment and death threats pretty much since day one because people think that he did something to Kylie and he's suspicious, even though there's no actual facts or proof of that. And he has said now, even though he's provided his alibi and he's not a suspect, he is still receiving death threats and harassment. Like, that is not okay. So many people have been harassing these teenagers, convinced that they did something to Kylie. We need to wait for the proof of that. We have to remember that these are kids. These are young people. And people on social media are going and attacking teenagers because they think that they're suspicious. But there's no evidence of that yet. It's not okay. And I feel like at some point we do have to let the police do their job. And I understand that people think it's a cover-up, but the FBI also had said that they were going to get involved. Now listen, I am not covering this case. I am not researching this case as if I were, covering true crime. I am following this case as a viewer and a subscriber to many true crime channels. And I'll be honest with you, it's very confusing to separate the fact from speculation because a lot of these channels will go live and start, saying all this stuff. It's hard to tell what's true or what's not true. Things are getting crazy and muddy. We have Ryan Upchurch was coming up with conspiracy theories that Kylie wasn't real, and then now we have the Glarer going after him, and then we have this whole community of true crime live streamers who are streaming daily, talking, saying this is suspicious and that is suspicious. And listen, I agree. I do think there are a lot of weird things about this case. There are a lot of unanswered questions, and there are a lot of just weird things about this story that don't make sense. We don't have answers, and I understand that is frustrating for people, okay? So don't come for me. I know people get really defensive about true crime, but I want to talk about to you guys, what is this helping with, though? I'm not saying true crime is awful and nobody should be talking about Kylie whatsoever, but going live this often, this many channels just talking about her relentlessly every single day and just dragging everything on, when will Kylie be able to rest in peace? When will she be? And I know a lot of people say, well, when the case is figured out, but who knows how long that's going to take. So until then, do you guys think it's right for people to be streaming like this and profiting off of Kylie Rodni? I feel like a lot of these creators are taking advantage of the fact that people want answers. People are invested in this case and they want to talk about it, right? So they're going to gather on the channels where creators are talking about the case because they just want answers. And creators are taking advantage of that by going live, and they're getting super chats, they're getting subscribers, they're getting views and AdSense money, all off this dead 16-year-old girl, okay? I mean, Annie 10 to Life has gone on vacation twice. She always exploits cases, in my opinion. She did it with the Sophie Long case, and so did the Glarer. And a lot of people weren't even around then and don't even know how bad they exploited that poor girl and spread lies and misinformation because they do their best to cover it up. So I think it's absolutely outrageous that the Glarer and Annie are some of the people who are making posts and streams saying, Glarer's calling people tragedy pimps, Annie's throwing shade at the live streamers. When they did that during the Sophie Long case, they milked that freaking story for everything they could. And not only were they talking about it, they were live reading out, her assault reports. They were on panels. They were spreading so many lies about Sophie Long's mother, Kelly Long. Annie ended up having to get on her channel and doing a retraction video where she took back all the lies that she spread about Kelly Long, okay? And I thought, maybe she'll learn her lesson. Maybe she will stop this. And then I saw her start covering the Kiely Rodni case, and I'm like, nope, she hasn't. She started with the misinformation, the conspiracy theories, jumping on her channel as fast as she could to give updates that were false. She actually went and did a video saying Kiely Rodni was found, her car was found, her license plate, and it wasn't true. And she just deleted the video and acts like she's not doing that. And on top of that, you have all these smaller channels live streaming for hours and saying, this is suspicious and that is suspicious and everything's a red flag and a conspiracy. And it's like, okay, I understand that things look weird and there are red flags, but this is somebody's child that died. Somebody's child died. And you know, people on social media are talking about her day in and day out. Imagine how hard that would be if your child passed away and people are just talking about her nonstop. I understand people want answers, but what are these live streamers doing? How are they helping the case? In fact, when you're covering active cases, sometimes you can hurt the case. Some people start inserting themselves into the case, and then all these people come out of the woodwork saying they have information and they were there and they know Kiely. And we don't even know what's true, what's not true. Another thing, Kylie's mother asked everybody to stop with the rumors, the gossip, and the speculation. And so many channels who are talking about her did not even cover that. They will run to their channel to give updates about Kiely Rodni's death and case, but then when the mother is on telling people, stop, please, let us grieve, let us get through this, stop with all the speculation and gossip and rumors. You know what?
To join together today with our friends, family, and community in Kylie's name. Though we gather together, grief and healing is such a personal and individual thing. Today we will honor Kiely in honoring each other and holding each other up as we grieve in our own ways. We'll laugh, dance, share stories, songs, and poetry, or maybe we'll cry in a corner or at the podium. It's all okay. We'll remember and we'll create new memories as we all learn how to move forward in a world where we miss her. We are so blessed to be able to miss her together and to walk together into tomorrow. The way that she has brought everyone together, even in death, is a legacy that I will cherish forever. I'm hearing stories about people wanting to be nicer to each other in her memory. Kylie's dear friend recently told her mom that before all of this happened, she thought the word community had no real meaning, that it didn't really exist. But after Kiely went missing, the way our community showed up in full force showed her that it in fact is so very real and so, so powerful. That kind of impact on our teens gives me hope, the demonstration of strength and togetherness, and the way that they have an army of supporters standing behind them will carry them far as they enter adulthood. We would like to thank everyone who has come together to support us in what we hope will be the most difficult time of our lives. There's no way that we'll be able to ever return the kindness, generosity, and compassion that has been extended to us over the last month, but we will live the rest of our lives trying, and in that trying, Kiely will be with us, reminding us to be kind, laugh, and sing, and that sometimes it's even okay to cry. In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive. Remember the three gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business. You are talking about the death of my child, our community's child. It's time to let our children mourn their friend quietly, peacefully. I hope you can find other, more beautiful and helpful ways to spend your time and remember Kiely. Call your mom, take a walk, pick up a new hobby, please know we got this. Let her rest.
When I saw that, it broke my heart. It made me feel so bad for the mother and the people involved and her friends. And it's like the mother is pretty much begging people to stop talking and doing the most when it comes to the death of her daughter. And people started dragging her. Instead of self-reflecting and agreeing with her and supporting her and having empathy, people were mad at her because they want to continue to talk about it. So instead, people were in the comments and all these places dragging this mother. Like, what? That is not okay. And other people were mad because she didn't thank AWP, the ones who found her daughter's body. But I kind of don't blame her for not mentioning them. Look what they've been doing. I mean, they literally made a teaser video promoting how they found her daughter's body. I would be pissed too, and I would not be thanking them either. Instead of stopping and listening and respecting the mother's wishes, do you know what people do? They start dragging her. They started saying that she was suspicious now and she's a horrible mother and she's this and she's that when she just lost a damn child. We need to chill. Everybody needs to chill. And I know some people are going to get mad at me because they are so invested in this situation. But you have to think about all these creators who you think are doing such amazing work. They are banking. They are making bank off this case. They are using this girl to make money. They are using her death to make money for themselves. Half of these people do not give a flying fuck about Kiely Rodni or her family. It's all about money. And the audience, who just want answers, they just want to know what's going on. They just want to have some sense of relief by talking about this with a group of people. And it's more comforting when you are surrounded by people who are talking about it. I totally understand that. But a lot of these creators are taking advantage of that. They are taking advantage of you guys, the subscribers who want answers and actually care about this case. And they are using that to make money. And, a lot of people are giving super chats and memberships, getting memberships on their channel and giving them donations, think they're doing this amazing work when half of them have no care or actually empathy or anything for Kiely Rodni's parents, her family, or what happened to her. And it just pisses me off when people exploit victims like this. And this is why true crime has been getting a bad rap lately, right? True crime used to be seen as just this amazing thing. We all love true crime. I listen to Kendall Ray when I go to sleep. I love listening to her true crime videos. There's a way to do it. And a lot of these live streaming channels and communities are just extremely problematic, in my opinion, and they need to stop. They need to stop using a 16-year-old girl's death to get ahead on social media because it's absolutely disgusting. Okay? We have people like the Glarer who are coming after Ryan Upchurch. Now listen, I don't like what Ryan Upchurch said about Kiely Rodni not being real. But people who don't know who the Glarer really is are acting like he's some hero, calling out the tragedy pimps and Ryan Upchurch when he is worse. He is worse than Ryan Upchurch, okay? He admitted to beating his son. He was accused of SA by at least one woman. He was accused of domestic violence by other women. He is a gross piece of trash. And not only that, he exploited the hell out of the Sophie Long case. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video on what people did and what some of these creators did, I think, on the Sophie Long case. And you guys will see, because there is still footage out there. There is still clips of the lies. I have the video Annie did retracting all the disgusting lies that she pushed with no proof. These people are not who you think they are. They are not doing some good deed over here. And then we have AWP who, yes, they did an amazing thing finding Kylie's body, but look at what they did afterwards. They made a teaser video. They put their video on memberships for a dead child. They were promoting their video that was coming out. They've been on panels and doing interviews nonstop. it looks to me like they're all about getting clout and attention and praise. And I'm not saying they're bad guys, because yes, it's amazing that they found her body, but look at how they're acting. Their actions tell me they care more about getting attention and praise and looking like the hero and making money and all this stuff than actually the victim and the victim's family. And that's just my opinion. I have spoken to people and have friends that have lost loved ones very close to them. And they have said if this was happening to them, they would be horrified and so upset if somebody was live streaming and talking about their loved one daily, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. People are using her name, and speculating. Now, again, I'm not saying she can't be talked about at all. I understand it's a very public case. People are going to talk about it. It's going to be in the news. But there are limits. Where is the line? Where is the line on how much you can exploit somebody's victim, like somebody's family member who died? And it just blows my mind how so many people have no issue with that. Now, you guys don't have to agree with me on everything, but at least I would love to know you agree with me that some of these channels are exploiting her death. The way they're live streaming, the way they're just making stuff up half the time, pushing theories that aren't proven to be true. There are a lot of channels out there who are most definitely exploiting this situation. And it seems like nobody cares about what the mother of the victim wants. That is Kylie's mother, okay? You would think that she would have some say. If she's begging people to stop, don't you think people should stop? She's hurting right now. And I know some people were saying that the dad and grandpa were like helping and talking to people. Yes, they were. But that doesn't mean that they want to see Kylie's picture and face plastered on live streams full of speculation and gossip and rumors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How are you supposed to move on? How is this family supposed to actually grieve and process, deal with whatever updates come from law enforcement when everybody on YouTube is doing this? It's not right, in my opinion. And I just really wanted to talk about it because I just keep seeing it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to see what people do now that Kylie's mom spoke out and told everybody to stop with all of this. I was like, okay, I'm going to see what people do. I'm going to see who talks about it. I'm going to see who acknowledges the fact that Kylie's mom told everybody to stop. I'm going to see who listens. And it's very telling and interesting, all the channels who have completely ignored what her mother requested and wished for. That says a lot about a person. It really does. If you do not give two shits that a grieving mother who lost a child is telling everybody to stop with all of this, then that is not a very good person. It's not. If I saw that and I was the one covering her daily and doing all this stuff, I would feel bad. I would be like, okay, the mother wants everyone to stop. Like, maybe this is too much. And I will even give it to Annie. Like, even though I don't like what she did and I think she's being a hypocrite, and she even stopped. Annie has even stopped talking about it daily. That says a lot. If even Annie from 10 to Life has cooled it with the Kiely Rodni stuff. But all these live streaming channels just don't give a shit. And a lot of people think most of them are innocent. Oh, this person wouldn't hurt a fly. This person's so sweet and nice. Yeah, they're so sweet and nice, but they're exploiting somebody's dead child. They're not very sweet and nice. And it's okay if you guys disagree with me. You guys are really good at respectfully disagreeing with me sometimes in my comments. We can talk about it. It's just my opinion. And I do agree that something is off with this case. Clearly, she was found in the trunk, like, it was a pull open. I forgot what somebody said. I thought it was a hatchback because that's like similar to mine. But it's one of those SUVs. It's a Honda CR-V where you open the trunk and it's like, that's where she was found. Clearly she didn't get there by herself. Also, the autopsy report hasn't been released yet. There's a lot that we don't know. And of course, when more information comes out, I don't have a problem with people sharing that and saying, hey, here's an update. Here are the facts. Here are the things that are proven. But guess what? If people just stuck to the facts and updates, they wouldn't have enough content. They wouldn't have enough content to be live streaming for hours every day, going through old interviews and looking at the same stuff over and over again. Like, what did we miss? Let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. All while making a ton of money doing that. And so many people don't even see how greedy and money hungry and just, they are freaking trauma leeches. And people think they're doing some good, amazing deed by talking about this and making bank off of it. Even the news. Another argument that was made to my comments was, well, you know, the news talks about it. The news doesn't live stream 24 hours a day, right? The news is not making up speculations and gossiping and live streaming for hours and hours. That's completely different. It's not the same thing at all, in my opinion. So I want to know what you guys think. I think this case has just turned into a complete shit show and circus. I mean, everything now is a red flag and a conspiracy. Everything is suspicious. Everyone is suspicious. Everyone's getting looked at. And I'm sure there are people that are suspicious. I'm not saying there's not. And like, again, don't twist my words. I do think there is something weird about this case. But so many of these channels that I have been seeing doing what they are doing, it's wrong. It's really wrong. And I understand you guys want answers, but what they're doing is wrong. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I would love to know your thoughts down below. I have a video coming on the Glarer. I have my true crime video and some other stuff sprinkled in between. I have a very busy life. I have 4 kids. So please bear with me. I try to get videos out as often as I can. And I also have a second channel called The Hot Mess Mom. If you guys want to subscribe, it will be linked down below. I do vlogs, mom life. I really wanted to have a channel that was about real mom life. Real mom life, showing, you know, the good, the bad, not fake, not phony, and just follow me along. And I'll probably start doing other things too besides vlogs. I'm not sure yet, but that's just kind of my second channel for more personal and fun stuff. Also, I will put my Cash App on the screen if you would like to donate to my channel and help me out. That would be amazing, and I appreciate you guys' support so much. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.